All right, everyone. The U.S. Marines are currently being trained in order to help them deal with the situation in Los Angeles. I like this. Look at the link in the description, archived, of course. What do you notice? It's been the first night in quite a few nights that there were no arrests for vandalism and looting. Well, it turns out that when U.S. Marines are around, and National Guard troops as well, people are more reluctant to smash that window and try to grab the hair weave. It's very interesting how that happened. Under Joe Biden's administration, there was effectively no attempt to stop looting and vandalism. We get to the point where in some of these cities, people would just waltz into the store, grab whatever they wanted, and leave. There was nothing anyone could do about it. Security wouldn't engage them, the cops wouldn't come, they wouldn't get arrested. So, rinse and repeat. If you can get free shit, why wouldn't you take it? There's no repercussion for doing so. Or maybe a slap on the wrist. Oh, you stole $5,000 worth of merchandise? Well, we're going to give you a $50 fine. Well, that seems like a decent trade-off now, doesn't it? Happened all the time. Under Donald Trump, it's more law and order. Now, I'm not going authoritarian on people. I do not believe in even enforcing half of the laws that are on the books. And some of them are over enforced. You've got overcharging, you've got civil asset forfeiture. I disagree with that being a thing, and so forth. There are various problems with the so-called justice system. I'm acutely aware of these. That being said, for significant crimes, for instance, you smashed out all the windows in the front of a store, that is something that should be punishable. You have violated another person's rights because they own the business. Now they have to replace the windows. At the very least, you should be forced to make restitution. In most cases, the people that are rioting are not financially capable of making restitution, though. And so the state punishes you. Um, again, I'm not really a fan of statism and stuff like that, but there has to be some methodology by which to punish people um, in those cases. Personally, I believe in just telling shop owners they can shoot and kill these people, or at the very least deploy pepper balls or something like that. That would just rile them up more, though, probably, so it wouldn't really make a difference, I think. Your business is being swarmed by 500 people. How many pepper balls are in that gun? 10? Oh, well, good luck. The U.S. Marines, though, I think are being trained mainly to prevent them from going on a rampage. I think that basically they're saying, like, calm down, dude. All right, I know that you've been trained to kill. That's literally your job. There's a reason the Marines were sent in, by the way. You've been trained to kill, and you're currently scarfing down crayons. What the fuck is wrong with you? Uh, but you're not allowed to kill the protesters. Effectively, unless somebody is physically attacking them, the Marines will just stand there and menace them. But it's been pointed out that the particular Marine division that has been sent is among the most known aggressive Marine groups actually within the U.S. Marines. I don't think that's a coincidence. And I think that there's no coincidence as to why people are not vandalizing things, knowing that there's a contingency of U.S. Marines close by. Because if things really get dicey, with the National Guard, you'd probably get beaten down anyway. With the Marines, you will definitely get beaten down. Again, I made the joke the other day, somebody throws a brick at one of these Marines, they'll just grab it and bite a chunk out of it and start chewing it up. Thanks for the snack. No one even bother to respond, this is the way that it works. Semper Fi forever. I told my dad actually the other day. He was a Marine in Vietnam. He became a sergeant actually. And I told him that the Marines were in Los Angeles, and I was chuckling about it. And he's like, "Semper Fi forever." And yeah, once a Marine, always a Marine. Apparently, is basically the idea. I can't imagine that any group of so-called protesters, really rioters at this point, I can't imagine that they would be able to tangle with even a platoon of Marines, let alone, apparently it's now 700. Originally, it was 500. Um, well, that's a lot of Marines. They could do a lot of damage if they really wanted to. They could probably wipe out all of Los Angeles, actually, if they really wanted, as long as they were given the proper resources to do so. Even in hand-to-hand combat, they would underwhelm 10 times their number. So you'll need about 7,000 protesters in one place at one time, and I don't think you can muster those numbers. So I think that this is advantage Marine in this particular instance. That's about all. Peace out.